The story happened a long time ago, up to 2,000 years. A rich man, his wife was beautiful and gentle, so they lived together very peacefully, but they had no children. They really wanted to have a child. The wife prayed day and night, but they still did not have any children. In the front yard of their house there is a juniper tree. In winter, the wife sat under a tree peeling apples and accidentally cut her finger, causing blood to fall onto the snow. She cried out, and quat, "Oh," and quat, and looked at the drop of blood in front of her face, feeling sad for her. She said, "I wish I had a child with skin as white as snow and lips as red as lipstick." When she finished saying those words, she felt very happy in her heart, so she thought that her wish would come true. She went into the house. After a month, the snow melted. After 2 months, the plants grew green. By the 3rd month, flowers bloom everywhere. By the 4th month, the forest trees are budding and the birds are chirping. After the 5th month, sitting under the juniper tree, smelling the fragrance of the flowers, the wife was very happy. By the 6th month, the tree was full of young fruits, and the wife felt more calm. In the 7th month, when she picked a fruit and ate it, she felt sad and unwell. When August passed, she called her husband and cried and said, "If I die, please bury me under the juniper tree." Having finished speaking, she felt at peace in her heart. In the 9th month, she gave birth to a child as white as snow, with lips as red as lipstick. She was very happy when she saw her newborn baby, but then she passed away. The husband buried his wife under a juniper tree. The 1st month the husband cried all day, then he cried occasionally, and after a while he stopped crying. And in the end, he calmed down and married a second wife. His next wife gave birth to a daughter, and his first wife and number 39's son had skin as white as snow and lips as red as lipstick. The second wife only loves the daughter she gave birth to, so she often feels uncomfortable with the first wife and number 39's son. She always feels that he hinders her in planning a plan to collect assets for her child. Girl. She often chased her son from one corner to the other in the house, sometimes hitting him hard, making him extremely scared, because whenever he came home from school, he would never be left alone. One time the next wife came to the bedroom, her daughter followed and said to her mother, "Mom, give me an apple." The mother said, "Okay, my daughter." She took out an apple from the trunk and gave it to her daughter. The trunk lid is both large and heavy, locked with a large lock. The daughter said, "Mom, can my brother get one too?" The cunning stepmother didn't and #39 want that, but she still said, "Yes, let him come home from school." From inside the window, she saw her son walking home. As if possessed by a ghost, she snatched the apple from her daughter and number 39's hand and said, "Waiting for your brother to come home and eat together." Then she threw the apple into the chest and closed the lid. When her son walked to the door, she pretended to caress him and told him, "My son, do you want to eat an apple?" Her eyes stared at it. The son said, "Mom, why are you staring at me like that?" "Yes, Mom, give me an apple." She called it back, "Come to me." And then, she opened the lid of the trunk and continued, "I took the apple from this trunk." When the boy bowed his head into the chest, she dropped the lid. The lid of the trunk fell with a and quat, bang and quat, and the boy and number 39's head was severed from his body and fell into the pile of apples. She was extremely frightened, thinking, "I have to erase all traces." After thinking about it, she went into the room, took out a white cloth from the top drawer of the large cabinet, and tied the son and number 39's head tightly around his neck, so that no one would notice the cut mark. Then she sat him down by the door and put the apple in his hand. Marlenkin and #39's younger sister went into the kitchen to look for her mother, saw her standing by the stove and stirring a pot of hot water, so she asks, "Mom, my brother is sitting at the door, his face pale, holding an apple in his hand. I asked him to give me the apple, but he didn't and #39's say anything, which made me so scared." The stepmother said, "Go out there again. If he still doesn't and #39's answer, give him a slap." So Marlenkin came, and told his brother, "Brother, give me the apple." But there was no answer. So she gave him a slap on the ear, causing his head to fall to the ground. Marlenkin panicked, burst into tears, ran to her mother, and said, "Oh, mother! I just slapped his ear and his head fell to the ground." Marlenkin cried and cried and cried, seemingly never ending. The mother said, "Marlenkin, what in number 39's wrong with you? Don and number 39's make too much noise to attract everyone and number 39's attention. There is no other way but for me to cut it into pieces and make soup." Then the stepmother cut her son into pieces, put them in the pot and cooked. Marlenkin stood next to her crying, tears streaming down her cheeks, falling into the pot of soup so the soup didn't and #39's have to be salted anymore. The father returned home, sat down at the table, and asked, "Where is my son?" The stepmother replied, "Oh, he went back to his hometown to visit his grandmother. He plans to stay there for a while." "What is it doing there? Why Don and number 39's you ask a word before leaving?" "He wants to go. Please allow me to stay there for 6 weeks. Living there is also good." The husband said, "Oh my God, I and number 39's am so sad. Something seems wrong. It should have asked me a question." The husband said while eating, "Marlenkin, why are you crying?" "My brother will come back soon." He said again, "Oh, this soup is so delicious. Give me some more." The more he ate, the more he craved it, so he said, "Give me a little more. Never tasted so delicious, just give it all to me." He ate well, throwing all the bones under the table. Marlenkin took out the finest silk handkerchief from the bottom drawer of her dresser, then picked up all the big and small bones under the table, wrapped them all in that handkerchief, brought it to the front door, and cried so much, to the point of bleeding from the eyes. Then she buried the whole bundle of bones in the green grass under the juniper tree. After finishing, she felt relieved and stopped crying. Meanwhile, the juniper tree suddenly shook, its branches spread out, then bunched together, looking like people clapping their hands when happy. From the middle of the tree rose a column of smoke like fog. In the middle of that column of smoke it seemed like there was a fire burning. Then a beautiful bird flew out, it sang loudly, and flew high into the air. After the bird flew away, the juniper tree returned to how it was before, and the bone-wrapping towel disappeared without wings. Marlenkin felt happy inside. She went into the house, sat down at the table and ate. After flying away, the bird landed on the roof of the jeweler and number 39's house. It sang, "My stepmother killed me. My father ate me up. My sister Marlenkin, dear beautiful Marie, gathered all my bones and wrapped them in a silk scarf, burying them under the tree Kiewit. Kiewit, I am a beautiful bird. A goldsmith was making a gold necklace in his workshop. He heard a beautiful bird singing on the roof. He stood up, walked over the fence, and dropped a shoe. So he wore shoes on one foot, stockings on the other, an apron on his chest, a gold chain in one hand, and a pair of pliers in the other, and he walked out into the street. The sun shines brightly on the street. He stood there, looked closely at that bird, and said, "Hey bird, your song sounds so beautiful. Sing that song again for me." Chim said, "No, I won and number 39. Sing empty song a second time. If you give me a gold necklace, I will sing again for you." The jeweler agreed, saying, "Give the bird a gold necklace and sing it again." So the bird used its talons to grab the gold necklace and sang to the jeweler, "My stepmother killed me. My father ate me up. My sister Marlenkin picked up all my bones, wrapped them in a silk scarf, and buried them under a juniper tree. Kiewit, Kiewit, I am a beautiful bird." The bird flew to the shoemaker and number 39's house again, singing on the roof of his house, "My stepmother killed me. My father ate me up. My sister Marlenkin picked up all my bones, wrapped them in a silk scarf, and buried them under a juniper tree. Kiewit, Kiewit, I am a beautiful bird." The shoemaker heard the birds singing, didn't and #39 have time to put on his clothes, ran outside the house, looked up at the roof, used his hand to block the sun to avoid being blinded, and said, "Birds, birds sing very beautifully." Having said that, he called into the house, "Where is her grandmother? Come out and see. Birds sing very well." He called his daughter and the other children, along with the apprentice, the hired girl. Everyone to go out to see the beautiful bird, with brilliant red and blue feathers, sparkling gold around the neck. Eyes bright as stars. The shoemaker said, "Bird, please let me hear your song again." "No, I won and number 39. Sing if I just sing." "You have to give me something." The shoemaker told his wife, "Go and get the shoes from the highest wooden shelf upstairs." When the wife brought down the red shoes, he told the bird, "Bird, take these shoes, then sing again." The bird used its left claw to grab the shoe, then flew to the roof and sang, "My stepmother killed me. My father ate me up. My sister Marlenkin picked up all my bones, wrapped them in a silk scarf and buried them under a juniper tree. Kiewit, Kiewit, I and number 39 am a beautiful bird." After singing, the bird flew away again, its right foot holding a gold necklace, its left foot holding a pair of red shoes. It flew to the flour mill. The mill is spinning, making the sound, clippy-clap, clippy-clap, clippy-clap. There are 26 people in the flour mill. They were chipping stones, making sounds. Hick-hack, hick-hack, hick-hack. The mill is still turning, clippy-clap, clippy-clap, clippy-clap. The bird perched on the oak tree in front of the flour mill and sang, "My mother killed me." A worker stopped. "My father ate me up." 2 more workers stopped. "My sister is Marlenkin next." 4 workers stopped working. Gathered all my bones and wrapped them in a silk scarf. By then there were only 8 people left cutting stone. Buried. In now there are only 7 people working. Under the juniper tree. Only one person left to work. Kiwit, kiwit, I am a beautiful bird. The worker finally stopped working, and also heard the last few words the bird sang. That person said, "Bird, you sing so beautifully. Sing for me one more time." The bird said, "No, I won and number 39. Sing for nothing. Bring me the whetstone and I will sing again." That person said, "Okay, if the bird sings again for everyone to hear, I will give the bird a grinding stone." The others said in unison, "That and number 39's right. If the bird sings again, then this grinding stone belongs to the bird." So the bird swooped down, put its neck through the hole of the grinding stone, making it like a bracelet, and 20 workers used a wooden stick with 7 stones. Birds flew high and sang, "My stepmother killed me. My father ate me up. My sister Marlenkin gathered all my bones and wrapped them in a silk scarf. Bury it under a juniper tree. Kiwit, kiwit, I am a beautiful bird." After singing, the bird spread its wings and flew away, its right foot holding a gold necklace, its left foot holding a pair of red shoes, and a grinding stone around its neck. It flew far, far away until it reached its father and number 39's house. Father, stepmother and Marlenkin were sitting at the dining table in the house. His father said, "God, why do I feel so comfortable?" Stepmother said, "No, why am I so scared? It and number 39's like there was a lightning strike." And Marlenkin burst into tears. Birds fly to the roof and sing. The father said, "Oh, I and number 39's am so happy. The sun shines brightly." It was like meeting an old friend. The stepmother said, "No, I was really scared. My teeth and gums kept bumping into each other. My blood vessels felt like they were on fire." She tore off the button on her chest. Marlenkin sat in the corner crying, holding his apron to his face. The apron was soaked with tears. The bird perched on the juniper tree and sang, "My stepmother killed me." The stepmother covered her ears not wanting to listen, closed her eyes tightly not wanting to look, but in her ears she still heard the sound of the storm, her eyes saw flashes of lightning. "My father ate me up." The father said, "Oh my God, Grandma. Birds sing very beautifully. The sun shines brightly. Flowers radiate fragrance everywhere. My sister Marlenkin put her head on her pillow and cried." The father said, "I went out to the yard to look closely at that bird." The stepmother said, "Oh, Dawn and number 39's go." I felt the house tilting, on fire. The father still went out to see the bird. Gathered all my bones, wrapped them in a silk scarf, and buried them under a juniper tree. Kiwit, kiwit, I am a beautiful bird. The bird sang and dropped the gold necklace. The gold necklace fit perfectly around the father and number 39's neck. He went into the house and said, "Look, this is the gold necklace that the beautiful bird gave me. How beautiful she looks." The stepmother was frightened, fell to the ground, and her hat fell off. Then the bird sang again, "My stepmother killed me." Stepmother said, "Oh, I hope I and number 39's thousands of arm and number 39's length underground, an ancient way of measuring, so I Dawn and number 39's have to hear that complaint. My father ate me up." The stepmother lay stunned as if dead. "My sister is Marlenkin." Marlenkin said, "Oh, I have to get out of the house too. See if the birds give me anything." Then she left, gathered all my bones and wrapped them in a silk scarf. Chim threw down a pair of red shoes for her sister. "Bury it under a juniper tree. Kiwit, Kiwit, I am a beautiful bird." Marlenkin felt extremely happy. She put on her red shoes and danced. She said, "Oh, when I walked out the door, my heart was heavy, but now I feel at ease." It and number 39, a strange bird. He gave her child a pair of red shoes. The stepmother jumped up, her hair stood up like fire. She said, "I feel like the sky is about to collapse." I also went out to see how to feel a little more comfortable. When she left the door, the bird threw a whetstone on her head. With a and quat, bang and quat sound, she was just a pile of slimy flesh. After hearing that noise, the father and Marlenkin rushed out and saw only smoke and fire. When the fire and smoke cleared, Marlenkin and #39's brother was standing there. The boy took his father and number 39's and Marlenkin and #39's hands, then the three held hands and happily walked into the house, to the table to eat together. Thank you for joining us for today's fairy tale. We hope these stories bring joy and meaning to your day. If you love our channel, please hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any exciting tales. Wishing you a good night and sweet dreams. See you in the next story.